So one of the top questions we get is, what is the number one gun I should own? All right, keyboard commandos, get ready, because this is one of those topics that everybody's had an opinion on except me. I've been very quiet about this for years. For those of you who've seen the channel, I've been in the security business for 20 years. We not only do, now I have turned in my private protective license. I just no longer have the time to do that. But we've done pretty much every aspect of security. We've been a security surveillance and access control company for 20 years. We've been in the firearms business, I think going on 8 or 9 years now, something like that. I got into the firearms business after I had a couple of customers get murdered. And I started referring, this was a long time ago, this was like 16 years ago. And so I started referring customers that came into local gun shops, or local customers they would call and ask, hey, we got robbed, or hey, we're concerned, and we get these questions regularly, where should I go to buy a gun, right? So it was a normal thing for me to say, hey, I've been to this shop before, you go down there and get yourself a gun. And then they would come back, or they would call, or they'd email us and say, hey, just so you know, they were rude. Like, I just want to go and ask a question. They acted like I was stupid. Some women came in and said, I don't want a pink gun. They told me I wanted a pink revolver. I don't want a revolver. I want they'd done some kind of research. But the number one question that we get asked today as a gun dealer and now a gun manufacturer is, what is the number one gun I should own? And it is a very reasonable question. Like, if you are a first-time gun buyer, or you've had something happen and you're concerned, like, it's a reasonable question. Now, a lot of the gun enthusiasts, experts, people who've been in the industry a long time, police, former law enforcement, former military, those guys are going to tell folks, well, you got to buy this gun for this. This is what you need to use. It's the best one. It's got the best warranty. Fits your hand better. I mean, there's like really strong opinions about guns, right? And so, it's overwhelming for people who've never owned one before. The number one gun you should own, though, or when the question gets posed, what's the number one gun I should own? There needs to be a follow-up question. Well, what are you wanting to use the gun for? Like, what do you want to possess and have the gun for? And some people know instantaneously, well, I just got my concealed carry license. I want to use it for concealed carry. Boom, we can make a suggestion now. Now we know we're looking at some type of a handgun, right? But if somebody is in the state of New York, or God forbid say New York, or California, or New Jersey, or Connecticut, like, the rules change, the laws change. I'm going to say rules because I can get hung up on that ATF thing and what people should or shouldn't have and what states should or shouldn't say. Nobody should say anything about guns. You should own what you want to own. That's my opinion. But I digress. So the next question needs to be, what do you want to use it for? So somebody says, man, I had my apartment broken into. I wasn't home, thank God, but I had my apartment broken into. I can't own, because we service all 50 states, right? Canada, U.S., South America. Like, we do security everywhere. And so rules change, laws change. And so let's say I got my apartment broken into. Thank God I wasn't home, but now I'm concerned they were able to kick the door in. I can't carry in New Jersey. Let's just say it's New Jersey. Or I can't carry in New York City, but I need something. So if you're looking for something for personal protection for your apartment, I am generally going to suggest that you get a short-barreled type shotgun. Not a short-barrel shotgun, because then you got to go register it, right? But something that's a little bit easier to wield. Matter of fact, this is one of the ones we use a lot. It's an ATI. It's an ATI Bulldog. Great gun. We have a lot of people buy these Shockwaves. Remington makes some really great guns too. Not necessarily the easiest to handle because you can't shoulder one of these Shockwaves. But the next question should be, what do you want to use it for, right? Because, you can kind of tell, but don't assume, right? Somebody walks up to the counter, walks in the gun shop. I'm listening to my gun shop manager. And somebody says, hey, I don't own a gun. I'm a first-time gun buyer. And it's, a female in mid-40s. You can probably, and she's got her Louis Vuitton bag and her, nice outfit. You can probably assume, this is Tennessee, you can probably assume that she's not talking about a hunting rifle. But you really need to ask the question. Follow every main question up with, well, what do you want to use it for? Because that lady with the Louis Vuitton bag and the nice dress and looking all sharp like she's a realtor or whatever, she may want to go hunting with her husband. And she's going to surprise him and decide, hey, I want a 6.5 Creedmoor. That's what I was told I need. I'm looking for the best rifle to go hunting with my husband. Not likely, but it could happen. So gun dealers, if people are asking you, or if you are posing the question, what is the number one gun I should own? If you are only going to own one gun, you need to determine what you're going to use it for. Now, I will make this recommendation for you. And this is a good recommendation. So somebody walks in and says, well, I haven't bought a gun before. I'm getting my concealed carry license. I want something for concealed carry. I'm going to make a couple of recommendations for guns. I'm going to put guns in their hand. I'm going to make sure they feel good, they fit comfortable. I'm not going to automatically suggest something like a Glock 19 to somebody with little itty bitty hands, or a lady who has a problem racking a gun. That's stupid, and that happens. What you want to get them is something that aesthetically looks good, that they like, that we know is going to have, it's going to work 100% of the time. But you got to ask the right questions. And then I am going to make this recommendation. Hey, if it's one gun, you're starting with one gun, and you're here in Tennessee, I don't really think a pistol is the best thing to have for a home defense weapon. It's not horrible, right? I mean, if you're going to only have one gun, you can use a pistol for home defense. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to make another recommendation. Hey, get a pistol today, but if you're going to conceal carry and you want another gun for home defense, let me show you an ATI Bulldog, or let me show you something that is a shotgun. They're great for home defense. They don't go through multiple walls. If you put the right kind of shot in there, you're not going to jeopardize the rest of your family, which needs to know your plan. If something happens inside your house, they need to know to get in the closet, under a bed. They need to know what's getting ready to happen. And by the way, plug for us, plug. That's why you want a security system that tells you what door people came in and will show you how many people are in your home, because you're going to have a short amount of time to respond, okay? So you're never, ever going to hear me recommend a rifle as your first purchase if you're only going to have one gun for personal defense. Go ahead, keyboard commandos. Prove me wrong. Tell me that, everybody should have an AR-15. Everybody should have this type of gun. It's okay. We're going to have differences of opinion. However, you take it seriously, because when somebody asks the question, their life may depend on it. I had a mother of two murdered in her kitchen, shot in cold blood. Their life may depend on it. Do me a favor. Like and subscribe. Make a comment. Let me know what you think. And let me know what your favorite pistol or your favorite shotgun is. There's lots of bullpups out there. You may like a Tokarev, or you may like an ATI. But we do appreciate comments. It helps the analytics.